you people doing? Welcome to another video. I hope you are all doing fine and wonderful. We hit 1,000 subs, my people. Thank you guys so much for that. I don't even really know what that means. There's no plan to this channel, honestly. It's just upload video and have fun. But it's cool that we hit 1,000 subs. I mean, that's awesome, man. So thank you for that. There's more stuff to come, more good content, so thank you and stay tuned for more. Big 1,000 subscriber update out the way. This is just the series, I guess it's a series where I update you guys on, well, what's new on the channel, what's new with the bike. I get so much questions from you guys about stuff about the bike and mods and the exhaust and all sorts of questions. And if you have questions like that, these videos, my motorcycle vlog update videos, are the best videos to comment those things on, because this is where I do updates and it's where I'm going to regularly be checking for those kind of comments. I mean, again, we just hit 1,000 subs, so the channel's still pretty small, so no matter where you leave a comment, I'm going to see it, let's be honest. But if you put them in these videos especially, I'll definitely keep checking these videos for any of your questions. So I want to start off by saying that I wanted to update you guys on the gloves. These RST Paragon 6 heated gloves that I made a video about not too long ago that nobody watched. So if you want to go watch a video about these Paragon 6 heated gloves, I kind of do a review, so you can watch that. If you're curious on how I feel about them now as an update, you're in luck, because I'm going to talk about it right now. They're amazing. Nah, they are so good. And I know we're coming into summer now, it's spring, it's almost summer. It's kind of pointless talking about heated gloves now in the UK, but I mean, I still do have to update you guys. These gloves are good, man. Like, pretty much all of the negatives I had in my review, I'm over it. I'm over the negatives. Like, I think I said things like my hands kind of felt like they were burning at first when I wore them, and that the wires, I could feel the wires whilst I was wearing the gloves. Yeah, I just had to get used to them. And the heat, oh man, the heat is good, man. The heat, and sometimes it's not even when it's cold. Sometimes it will just be raining, or it will just be a little bit chilly, or just you know, something just doesn't feel right, and you go, you know what, let me switch on the gloves, and you switch them on and everything is just wonderful. Everything is perfect once you turn the gloves on. It's so good. The battery life is good, it's still good. The actual glove itself, like the material and everything, is still holding up very well. No complaints there. Very good. I'm very happy. I'll continue to update you on them, and I am still planning to get other pieces of gear as well to talk about those, so again, check back for when I've done that. But yeah, love these gloves, can't praise them enough. These mirrors, these, I don't even know what the brand is, it's just some cheap brand I bought off Amazon for like 50 British pounds. But whatever they are, stealth mirrors for the Honda CBR650R. Type that in on Amazon and these will pop up. Okay, how do I put this? They're not good. This one is a bit loose, so it's easy to pivot on the main screw. And then this one, as you know, keeps wanting to tilt like this by itself, even though I don't touch it. This one was so bad that it even dropped off. And that's why there's some, I don't know if you can see them, but there's some like chips and scratches and stuff. That's why. And that's kind of annoying, because it doesn't even look that good anymore. I'm gonna have to get that filled in or something. And just the quality of them in general, it kind of makes them a hassle. You have to be so delicate with them. I mean, you should be delicate with your bike anyway, in your mirrors, but you have to be super delicate with these because they're as weak as it is. And if you are going to get these, or you have these, you have to make sure you put Loctite. That's one thing I didn't do. I didn't think I needed that, but you need to make sure you put Loctite. I think they even give you some. There's like a pink liquid they give you in a little tube. I think it's Loctite or something similar. that you're meant to put around the screws and the, you know, the bolts and stuff to make sure that they stay firm and they don't move. I guess what you really want to know is, how are they as mirrors? Like, actually, can you see out of them? And I've got them open now, and they are actually in the right position for me. I can see out of them. I admit I do have to do a bunch of this and this, all of this. I have to do some chicken wing flapping, is that what they call it? Flapping my wings to kind of see what's under my armpits behind me. So I can see, but it isn't perfect. So all in all, no, they're not very good mirrors, and I do not recommend you buy them. Though from the comments, none of you look like you were interested anyway. Pretty much every comment has been, those mirrors aren't good, get rid of them. So yeah, that's my experience with them. But you're probably wondering, why are they still on your bike then? I love how these mirrors look. They complement the bike so much, bro. I don't think I could go back to normal mirrors. Like, these are so good. So if I could get a better version of these, that would be the best situation. Now again, I've heard of Rizomas, if that's how you pronounce it, Rizoma. I've been told about those. I don't know if I want to spend that much money on on mirrors, but if they're the only option, then I might have to, because I really do like how these things look. Next update, I want to update you guys on the bike, just in general about the bike. Yes, I am falling more and more in love with this bike every time I ride it. Like, I am really enjoying this bike, even more than I was when I made the review and when I made the follow-up video to my review. And it looks so good with the exhaust, it sounds good. I've got a commuting bike, a sensible bike, and a sporty bike that can go pretty fast, all in one, and I'm really enjoying the benefits of that. It's like just the perfect everything bike. So I just wanted to update you guys on, you know, there hasn't been any kind of second thoughts or regrets or any problems that have come up. But yeah, bike good. If you're still on the fence about getting this bike, get bike, do it. Bike good. I have 12,130 miles on the bike, and I got it with 5,000 miles on it in September, and now we're in May and I already have 12,130 miles on the bike. So I've been riding a lot. Again, I commute on this bike, so every day riding this bike, I have chucked a bunch of miles on this thing, which is, I mean, a good thing, because, you know, I'm getting used to the bike, I'm having fun on it, and I'm getting my money's worth out of it. But it's kind of a bad thing as well, because you know how sports bikes are. Yeah, there are examples of bikes with like hundreds of thousands of miles on them, you know, but realistically, a bike like this, you don't want to dump a crazy ton of miles on it really quickly, because you dump a bunch of miles on it and it loses a lot of its value. I mean, not that I have any plans to sell it or anything, but you know, I kind of if I keep on riding the way I am, in like a few years this bike's gonna have like 60,000 miles on it or something. You know, which I kind of don't like the idea of that. Yeah, it's worrying me how many miles I'm putting on this bike, but I'm enjoying riding it a lot. And then again, I mean, I did buy it with the intention to commute on it, so I knew I was going to put a bunch of miles on it, and that was a big factor in why I got this bike. It's not like a trophy bike or anything. It's not like a prize bike or something that I need to keep mint and not ride. I'm happy to ride it, and I'm happy to thrash it about and put a bunch of miles on it, but I do worry I'm riding it a bit too much. Am I crazy for thinking that? Does that make any sense? trust me, I'm somewhere different to where I was the last video, but it all just looks the same. Like, I have to go so far out of where I live, out of my area, to find a different scenery. It just all looks the same. It's just grass and bush and tree and occasionally some houses. That's just my area, man. That's it. That's all I've got. Don't worry, I'm gonna have to, I'll find some interesting places to ride for you lot. Another thing I wanted to mention is I want to make another review for this bike when I hit 10,000 miles. I want to put 10,000 miles on this bike myself. So I've only put like 7,000 something miles on the bike right now. Now that I'm used to the bike, I know a lot more about the bike. I think I can make a better video now. So I want to make another review. I want to do that when I hit 10,000 miles of me riding the bike. So yeah, when I've hit about 15,000 miles on the bike, I'm gonna make another review. So stay tuned for that. It will be like a 2-in-1. It will be a 15,000 mile review slash a 10,000 mile review. One main thing that I still get a few comments on is about the positioning of the bike. People are watching my initial review and are thinking that I still think the position of the bike is too uncomfortable. And they're suggesting that I get other bikes or stuff like that. Just to update you guys who may still think I feel that way, no, the position of the bike is good. Sure, I mean, like any bike, I get tired and, you know, start to ache a bit when I've been on it for too long. But no, I'm good, man. I am good. Be warned, if you are gonna buy this bike, it drinks a lot of fuel. I don't know why she's so thirsty, but she's thirsty. She be drinking. Now I don't know if because this is the 2019 model, I don't know if that's been updated with the 2022 or the 2023 versions of the bike. Maybe it's a bit better, but I have spoken to people that own the later models and they complain about the same thing. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Though I say that, but looking at my screen now, it's saying that I'm getting 50 miles per gallon. So hey, I mean, that's amazing. You can either believe me or believe the bike. I hate to keep going on about the same point, but you see this view. I hope you guys can see the view. I hope the GoPro isn't too low. You see this, like, just look around, like, legit, just look around as far as your eye can see. Tell me you see anything else except from grass, tree and bush. Look on this side as well. Yeah, like, dude, it's just grass, tree and bush. That's my whole life. That is my life. It's driving me crazy. I need more than grass, tree and bush. I'm gonna follow these guys. What difference does it make? It doesn't matter where I go. One thing I get asked quite a bit is why I chose this color of the bike. Why did I choose black? Color wasn't actually like a huge deal for me, to be honest. The only reason I got this bike in particular is because it was a good deal for it. It had a lot of the stuff I wanted on it already, and it was like the best offer with the mileage and everything. I kind of did want a red one, but this one, the deal was too good to pass up. Red, black, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get the bike. What I will say though, and this is one thing I wanted to update you on, this is matte paint, like it's matte black. And the problem with the bike being matte black is that, unlike glossy paint or normal paint that you'd see on a vehicle, with matte, when it scratches, it's really awkward and it's harder to cover up or to get rid of or to repair. And I'm finding that with this bike, that the matte scratches really easily. Like, it's so annoying. All here All here you can see I've got a bunch of scratches, even on the tank pads. Actually there's a bunch of scratches here. Same goes for like this top bit here and here. There's scratches really easily underneath these tank pads as well. There's quite a lot of scratches. That's one of the reasons I got the tank pads. I've had 2 other bikes before this that have normal paint. This is the first vehicle I've owned that has matte paint or a matte coating, and I've never experienced this before. Like the slightest thing will scratch this stuff. If you're gonna get a bike with matte paint or a matte coating, just be careful, because you have to be very delicate with it. These tank pads are really good. I like them. Let me go to this side and look at this one. No car coming. Oh, that's a nice car. But yeah, tank pads look great, but especially in the sun. You can probably see I've mentioned this actually I mentioned this in my last update video, but it's even worse now. These tank pads, they scratch quite easily. Again, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but this area is getting scratched up a lot. But yeah, the tank pads, they show scratches a lot easier than I know other tank pads would. Something to do with this jelly material. I think it's just easier to see the scratches, especially this side. Scratches are crazy. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's crazy. I think other tank pads would be better, ones that are more rubbery and thicker, that wouldn't show scratches. I'd prefer those. So these ones are awesome, they look great, but when they start getting scratched like this, not so good. I did say I wanted to do some more mods to the bike. These aren't the best, so I might get different mirrors. I just like how they look. I still think they look pretty cool, a lot better than the stock mirrors, so I'm not willing to give up on them yet, but I'm kind of over them. So I might get new mirrors. I definitely want to replace the tank pads. The only mods I've done to the bike, I might end up redoing to the bike. So in terms of mods, those are what I've got my eye on. Make the bike actually all black. I like this area though. This might stay. I did say I was going to get some black casing for this, but some variation is nice, so I don't mind keeping the engine stock instead of putting a casing over it. That's pretty much it for the update. I don't know if any of that made any sense. I don't know how much of that I was even coherent. So maybe this was all a waste of time, but that's all I kind of want to update you on. I guess I can talk about what I'm gonna do in the next video. I want to make a video talking about the realistic costs of owning a CBR650R, because I kind of want to break down, you know, the usual cost of owning a motorcycle, but make it specific to the 650R. Hopefully it would help some people. So that's my plan for the next video. I know, a bit boring. Not exactly a fun topic, but I'll try and make the ride fun whilst I'm talking about it. Like, I'm not going to be talking about it in an office. I'm going to be on the bike talking about this stuff. So still tune in to the next video for a good ride. That is the end of motorcycle vlog update number 2. I really need to find a better name for that. Motorcycle vlog update, no, motovlog update number 2. Yeah, simple. Why do I add the motorcycle? Just motovlog. The motorcycle is implied in the motovlog. I don't need to add the motorcycle. But until the next video, goodbye.